According to the Institute of International Education, record numbers of students from foreign countries were enrolled in colleges and universities in the United States during the 2010-2011 school year. Of the more than 700,000 international students studying in the U.S., nearly 13,000 are doing so in Oklahoma.
It's summer session at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, and the campus is alive with activity. Many studying and working at the university are a long way from home. We introduce you to 4 of them, all international students. Swapnil Deshpande is from India.
My specific areas are like groundwater remediation and also air quality, like air pollution. So I want to go ahead and work on those areas to bring a change in the way which companies exploit the atmosphere all over the world.
Amy Wong is also from India.
I want a degree in mechanical engineering. Right now I'm studying towards that. I have 2 more years left to finish my degree. And after I graduate, I want to be involved with production of energy, like clean energy, renewable resources.
Myra Mura is from Japan.
And also, I didn't want to go to the East Coast or West Coast because I wanted to put me into the real American life. Because in the East Coast and West Coast, there are a bunch of Japanese over there, so I could depend on Japanese and hang out with Japanese people. I didn't like that, so I came to the place where I think there are few Japanese studying.
Razu Zare is from Iran.
And I was looking to, I was interested to have some kind of new experience, something different, and then I started to thinking about doing my PhD somewhere outside the country.
Each of their stories vary as to why and how they ended up in Oklahoma, but all share some commonality. They are all intelligent, 3 are seeking masters or doctorates, and all jumped immigration hurdles to get here.
Like for my country, I agree the relations are pretty good. But if you see some people from Iraq, some people from, especially from Iran, or some countries who don't have good relationships with the United States, it's very difficult for them to even come here.
Razu received her master's degree in Iran and then applied for a visa to the United States for doctoral studies.
I cannot say nightmare, but it's really hard for each Iranian student to get the visa. There's so many troubles for getting the visa and so many, concerns. They might not give you the visa. And almost all of the Iranian students have the single entry type visa, which means that if they leave the United States and they want to come back, they have to apply for the visa again.
She says many of her friends have not seen their families in 4 years because they're afraid if they went home they wouldn't get a second visa to return. There are only 115 Iranian students studying in Oklahoma. According to the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, the largest number of foreign students come from China. They are followed in numbers by India, Mexico, South Korea, and Saudi Arabia. At all University of Oklahoma campuses, there are 2,205 foreign students. At all OSU campuses, there are 1,700. The University of Central Oklahoma has the 3rd largest number of foreign students, followed by Oklahoma City Community College and the University of Tulsa. The total number of international students studying at colleges and universities in Oklahoma is 12,773.
This, I believe, is a place where people accept you. And I've been to a lot of places in the United States. It's maybe Boston, maybe New York, DC, or Colorado, or a lot of places. People don't have time to look at you. You're a person, even if you're walking alone on the road, he would say hi to you, and if he doesn't know you. So that's pretty welcoming.
Mai appreciates all the tools for learning she has at OSU compared to Japan.
We didn't have wireless network. And then we didn't have smart board. We couldn't even get in our computer into the classroom.
After she earns her master's in the science of international studies, Mai will return to Japan because the company she is employed by there is paying for her education at OSU. Amy's dad in India and scholarship money are paying for her education.
I think if I want to go into energy production, there are a lot of opportunity for me here rather than back home, so I'd probably want to stay here.
And if Amy gets a job here after graduation, she won't be alone.
My second brother is working up in Michigan, and the one older to me is studying at OSU too.
Schwamp Neal also hopes to remain in Oklahoma or somewhere in the United States, but he says law dictates that after graduation, he and other international students get jobs in his or her field of study within 3 months, and their employer must sponsor them for work visas.
Sponsoring H-1B is pretty difficult for a company because they need to hire a lawyer for you again. And as we all know, lawyers take a lot of money. And even after then, you need to maintain and you need to work pretty hard than the other people so that your company keeps on sponsoring your visa and maybe apply for a green card ahead.
Razu will be at OSU for 4 more years, completing her doctorate in mechanical engineering. Despite the political upheaval in Iran, she may go back there.
If someone has to change something, I can go back there and try my best to do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to succeed or not, but at least I can give it a shot.
Whatever journey their education takes them on, all value the relationships they have made at OSU and learning about people from all over the globe. Each hopes to make a mark in this world.
I can say I always tell my boss who I work for at the university, I came here as a kid and I'm going out as a man.
Figures aren't available about how many international students stay in Oklahoma after graduation, but already these students have contributed to Oklahoma's multicultural fabric.